What's up, C Squad? It's time for another vlog. Today, let's see the way of installing tiles onto a screeded floor. First of all, you need to clean the floor as you can see in this video. The floor must be free from dust and dirt. If it's not, it will affect the level of the tiling surface. These are the things that we are going to use. Other than these, you can also use 2x4 lumber, floor spacers, tape, chalk line, tile nippers, carpenter's triangle, and pencils. If you are new here, my name is C and you guys are the C Squad. If you want to join the family, click on the subscribe button down below. Then we need to make the mortar mixture that we are using when tiling. I already uploaded 2 vlogs about the way of making mortar mixture with cement powder and polymodified mortar mix. Links to those videos are down there as the description. Here we are using cement powder to create the mortar mixture. Then you need to add some water to the floor and make the floor wet before tiling. These are the tiles that we are going to use. Guys, before you start tiling, you need to prepare the floor for tiling. Here, first of all, we place some tiles along the walls as you can see here. You can't use walls opposite to each other. Then take a hammer and a nail with a string and fix the first nail close to an edge of the tile. And then fix other nails as you can see in this video. After you finish, you need to get a right angle triangle at the corner. Guys, we are going to install tiles along the most visible walls, so we need to mark the floor with a string like this. Or you can start tiling from the center of the room. Now let's start tiling the floor. As you can see here, we start tiling on the floor inside the string lines that we are created. You need to install the first tile at the intersection point of the strings. Use your notch trowel to scoop out generous amount of mortar from the bucket and spread the thin set with the trowel. Comb the thin set using the notched side of the trowel by holding it at an angle 45 degrees to the floor and lightly moving the trowel teeth towards the floor. Make sure you comb the thin set in one direction and avoid circular or swirling patterns. Then place the tile on the thin set and use a rubber mallet to press it towards the floor. Make sure that 2 adjacent edges of the tile must align with the strings. Then place the second tile on the thin set and hammer it with the rubber mallet and get the edges of the tile along the string and the edge of the first tile. Like this, you can work your way towards an wall. Here we are not using any spacers because tile edges are slightly curved. If you are using spacers, place 2 spacers along the side where you add a tile. Use 2 spacers, one at each end. Spacers are used to easily and quickly ensure equal spacing between tiles. Always follow the techniques you seeing in this video. The way of handling rubber mallet is very important. You can use rubber mallet to line the edges and corners of the tiles, and hinging it down and slightly twisting it back and forth. So always follow the techniques you see in this video, and it will make your work more easy. Before you purchase tiles, first make a floor plan on a grid paper and decide the types and sizes of the tiles that you need. Always try to buy tiles with good quality. Amount of tiles you need can be calculated by finding the area of the floor in square feet. When you get to a wall where a standard tile will not fit, mark the tile and make the cut with a standard tile cutter. I already uploaded the vlog about the way of using a manual snap cutter and the electric wet tile, so links to those videos are also there at the description. You will also need the tile nipper. These are used to make special cuts around the things like plumbing fixtures, pipes and round corners. Use the techniques that you seeing in this video when cutting the tiles, and here we are only using a manual tile cutter. If you want, after installing 3 to 4 tiles, place a 2x4 lumber on top and tap it slightly with a rubber mallet. This will level the tiles and embed them firmly into the mortar. Then continue spreading mortar and setting additional tiles. If you want to start tiling from the center, first find the center of the room by measuring 4 walls in the room for their midpoints. Then snap 2 chalk lines, one from midpoints of 2 opposite walls and another from the midpoints of the other 2 walls. Where they intersect will be the room's center point. Then the two chalk lines must be perpendicular to each other. You can check that by using Pythagoras calculations or Pythagoras theorem. And there must be a right angle triangle in between adjacent chalk lines. If the lines are not perpendicular, tiles will not be centered and the room might look unbalanced. So you need to adjust the chalk lines. Then lay single half row of tiles in both directions without mortar, starting at the center point and working outwards. And insert spaces between the tiles if you need. If the tiles are perfectly centered, then you can start tiling. If not, adjust chalk lines. Also be aware that some tiles have directional arrows at the back. You must keep these arrows pointing in the same direction as you lay out the tiles to ensure pattern alignments. When you are taking tiles out from the boxes, don't just use them. Pull tiles from different boxes and mix them. Sometimes slight tonal differences can occur between different boxes of tiles. By mixing them, we can spread them throughout the floor without being noticing. When installing tiles, be sure to wear safety glasses and rubber gloves, especially when mixing and applying mortar. Always consider wearing knee pads to evenly distribute your body weight and save your knees. Guys, when it comes to tiling at bottom of a vertical post or beam, you need to cut a small square or circle at the corner. and you can't do it with a tile cutter, so you need to use a angle grinder with a diamond blade to make those cuts. Grinders produces a lot of dust, so work outside or in a well ventilated area and wear a mask. You can use angle grinders to cut tiles, as you can see in this video. If you want to know more about angle grinders, I also uploaded a vlog about the way of using angle grinders, and I will also put a link to that video down there in the description. Porcelain floor tiles must always be installed using a polymodified thin set to achieve the appropriate bond between the tile and the substrate receiving the tile. This also preferred to exterior installations. Guys, trowels that we are using have both a smooth edge and a notched edge. The notches are called teeth. The size of the notch determines how much thin set is left on the floor receiving the tile. For large tiles, you need to use a larger notch trowels. If you want to check the consistency of your mortar, first do a test tile. Put the test tile on the thin set bed, lay the tile flat with a mild pressure, slide the tile quarter inch back against the thin set ridges and then slide it back into the place. Then check back the tile. If the tile mixture is correct, it must fully covered with mortar mixture. You can also use a small thin trowel to remove small amounts of thin set there at the ridges of your tile as you go. Don't allow the thin set to skim over or start drying as you go. If it does, remove it and apply new thin set. As you lay your tiles, always check them for dirt and dust. Wipe them clean if needed. The dust can affect how effective the tiles adhere your mortar. Throughout the process, use a damp sponge to clean off any mortar that ends up on the top of the tiles. Guys, actually this vlog is quite a long one, so I cut it into 3 parts. First part is this. Stay tuned for the next one. Have a nice day. Keep subscribing, keep commenting and keep liking the videos. See you soon. Peace.